All right, number 9, we got 2x squared plus 10 equals 0. So you're okay with this so far, yeah? That gives me this. And then I do this. So what can you tell me if this happens? I have a square root of a negative.
It's no real solution.
Yeah, NRS, no real solution. Because you can't, at this point, take the square root of a negative number. Cool? What else did you see, friends? Yeah. 13. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, so we have a quantity squared. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides, and that's going to get rid of the quantity squared, the squared part of the quantity. Square root of 0 is just 0. If you put plus or minus 0, that's fine. And then add 4 to both sides. So if you add 0 and 4, you just wind up with an answer of 4. Yeah. 15. Yeah. Blessing you. Okay, so square root, because I'm taking the whole quantity. Don't forget the plus minus. Square root of 49 is 7. So then I'm going to get this for right now. This is going to give me negative 1 plus or minus 7. Okay, now before I work it out, this is going to give me 2 answers. There's an N there. Answers. Okay, so before I divide by 3, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it into the 2 answers. So it's equal to, don't worry, you don't have to make sure you write that. Negative 1 plus 7 is positive 6. Negative 1 minus 7 is negative 8. Is that okay so far? Now what you have to remember is I'm going to divide by 3. So that's going to give me x equals 6 over 3 is 2. And negative 8 over 3 is just negative 8 over 3. So those are my 2 answers that come with it. I won't give you that one that tough, but that's a good problem. Yeah. Okay, so if you had like this, something like that, and then that's going to give me the same outcome. So negative 1 plus 7 is 6, so I get 6 over 3. Negative 1 minus 7 is negative 8 over 3. So that's your 2. So absolutely, yeah. I just didn't want to do this necessarily right off the bat, because sometimes that becomes like overload, like, oh no, I have this plus minus and then it's divided, oh no. But we're getting there. Anything else you'd like to see? Feel okay about it? All right, so my friends, I have a little quiz. You can use your homework, you can use your notes. You just can't use your neighbor. Sound like a deal? Oh, sorry, Dan. Oh, I didn't bring my notes. I
can't use my neighbor.
No, you can't use your neighbor. Plus, I seen your neighbor's grade. I'm kidding. All right, this quiz is a whopping 14 points. The next section we're going to spend the next 2 days on. So we'll get a start on it, and then it'll be like 2 or 3 homework problems to do for tonight, and then we'll finish it up tomorrow. Does that make sense? Because I won't get entirely done. Is everyone good with notes? Everyone have the notes? Anyone miss the notes? You need a copy of the notes. Come grab them right here. Bless you. Like 2 or 3 questions. Huh? Oh, I know, but this is an ultra short quiz. Okay, so let's take a look at this first one. 225 is a perfect square. This would be just 15. This one would break down to 4 times 10, which gives me 2 root 10. Good with that so far? Hey, that root 40 was actually one on the quiz. All right. So we are now going to get into something that is called the quadratic formula. Okay? Now, I know it looks intimidating when you look at it. Okay? So we are going to take our time on the quadratic. It's not hard. The hardest part of the quadratic formula is the arithmetic. And the reason the arithmetic's tough is you try, as a student, to do too much at the same time in your head. That's the problem with the quadratic formula. Okay? So let's not let this formula intimidate us too much. Are you okay that this is A, this is B, and this is C? The A value is attached to the x squared term. The B value is attached to the x term, and the C value does not have a letter attached to it. Everyone's okay? Yes? Okay. So the quadratic formula, this is kind of dorky. Yeah, there's a song that goes with it. I could play the video. Trust me, you don't want the video because it'll get stuck in your head forever. Nope. All right. So how you remember the quadratic formula, and I will probably be posting it on all the tests, but this is how you do the quadratic formula. Ready? You know Pop Goes the Weasel? Round around the motor, runs the monkey chase the weasel. You know what? X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Yeah! Let's change it to a little bit deeper. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
Why is it so much slower?
All right, ready? So x is equal to negative b. Good with me so far? Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So these are the values I plugged in. Yeah. That 2 right there? That is a 2, yeah. That's a 4, yeah. 2. 2. These are all numbers now. So you notice there's A, B, and C all in that thing. Yes, there is a constant being a 4. There is a constant being a 2 that always comes along with it. The squared always comes along with it. So friends, what happens here is, so I get negative 5 plus or minus 5 squared is 25. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 times 3 is 24. All over 4. So friends, this second step here, believe it or not, is where the majority of the mistakes are made up here.
You have subtracted.
No. Most people are okay with the squaring. It's multiplying negative 4 times this times this. That's where the mistakes take place, right here. It's amazing the answers that happen right here. 2 times the A value also is correct. This is where the error takes place. Get it? Thanks. Yeah. Do what? Yeah, any order you want. Yeah, 2 times 3 is 6, times 4, or negative 4 is negative 24. All right. Hey, 25 subtract 24
Oh, you do one.
is 1.
It is a square.
What's the square root of 1? Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4 over 4. That's negative 1. Negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6 over 4. Reduce that. Negative 3 over 2. Friends, there's my two answers. Yeah. I was in the way.
Yeah.
That's what I do best. Okay. This quadratic formula allows you to solve ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? It's a derived formula. You derive it by doing something called completing the square, which basically means you're taking ax squared plus bx plus c and making it in vertex form. Yeah. I will give it to you. So if you write it in our hand, it'll be on the test already. Yeah. How'd I get? Oh, 25 minus 24 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. Yeah.
On a test, if we got -3/2, we have to simplify them.
That?
Yeah.
I would just keep it as -3/2. It's a reduced answer. Don't leave it as -6/4. Make sure you reduce the fraction. 1 point off if you don't reduce. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, for you, Dan, 10 points off. All right. Now, you're not supposed to have this mastered because I taught it one time. Agree? All right, so let's take a look at the next one. Okay. So, what if I don't have something in front of x squared, what number is going to be in front of x squared if there's not a number there? 1. Everyone okay with that? So, a equals 1, b equals 6, c equals -5. Everybody agree with the math I just did? Anybody stuck on that? Dan's on his phone again. X is equal to -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay? Then we're going to plug in what we know. X is equal to negative, what's b?
6.
Notice it's now -6. Why is that? Because there's already a negative out in front. Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, so these are the values that we plugged in. That's our a, b, and c. Agree? Anybody stuck with that? Now, I tell you, my friends, -6 comes along for the ride. 6 squared. 36. Okay. Now here's where you have to be patient. -4 times 1. -4. -4 times -5. Positive 20. Agree? You see how the sign changed? And then all over 2 times 1, which is just 2. Okay. X equals -6 plus or minus 36 added to 20. 56. Everyone good? Let's see. So let's break 56 down. You said 8 and 9? No. Let's see. 56 is not 8 and 9. 8 times 9 is 72.
7. No.
7 times 8?
7 and 8.
7 and 8. What does 8 break down to?
2 and 4.
4 and 2. Agree? So root 56 is this. Which one's the perfect square? What's the square root of 4? And then I have left this. Agree? Okay, so I'm going to replace this with this. So let me just pause there for a minute. Yeah. Yeah, and then you're looking for the pairs.
Would you multiply both sides by 14 for this one?
Do what?
Multiply the top and bottom by 14 if you don't want the top to have a square root.
No, you want the square root up top. The bottom you don't want to have it. All right, so ready? We can reduce anywhere outside. So I'm going to reduce those. Those are all outside radicals. Agreed? So 2 goes into 6, negative 6, negative 3 times. Plus or minus root 14. This is my answer. That's what x is equal to. Okay? So negative 3 plus root 14 and negative 3 minus root 14. So friends, I know you are not a pro at this. Okay? So what I would like to do is we're going to do SQE, and we're just starting it. SQE number 11. We're just going to start it, and I would like you to do problems number 4 and 5. 2 problems to try tonight. Are you going to have it mastered?
No. Yes. No.
I bet you some of you might get it. Some of you might get stuck. I just want you to give me a good try of 2 problems. 2 problems. Deal? I'm actually giving you the last 10 minutes of class to get a start on it. If you need a picture of it, here, I'll just give you the problems. I'll write these down for you. Number 4 is 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. And number 5 is what? Number 5 is x squared plus 2x minus 13 equals 0. Those are the 2 problems I want you to try tonight. It will not be mastered by you by just trying these 2 problems. But we're going to start developing the learning process by you attempting those 2 problems. 2 problems. I have them written down right there for you. Oh, I'll have it right down right here. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. What? Okay.
So it's like the same thing. So like x equals, it's like already negative.
Yeah, so this is your a value, b value, c value. A value is 1, b value is 2, c value is negative 13.
Well, no. For like the formula,
Uh-huh.
like x equals negative b.
So whatever your b value is, you do the opposite of what that b value is. So if you already had a negative b, you get negative negative b, which is b, or whatever it is. Yeah.
After b squared in the root, is it
Minus 4ac. Here, I'll make this larger. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. There you go, friends. That's all I want you to try for tonight. Just try it. Yeah. Do what? 2x squared plus 5x plus 3, x squared plus 2x minus 13. Okay. Well, you know, if it is in the notes, that means if you try it, double check it from the notes, see if you got it. Deal? How did I get that? I reduced this, this, and this. 2 goes into all of them. All right. I'm going to hit stop.